to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the New York Giants. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Like 20. Maverick. 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he works free. And he takes us beyond the 30. Before going out of bounds.
On the play. And the Rams first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come on, dude.
Here's Goff. He gets it to Cooks. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one goes for 30 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. First down, a run with Cohen. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Tariq Cohen, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Jones. Catch made by Slayton. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Dancing to his left, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
60 Pittsburgh. Pilot, 64. Win. There you go.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A little 360. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Target. Check nine. Recon, 132 fighter.
Jones now on first down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try into a tight end of his caliber's hands.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And some nice running going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams 32. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gray. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
18 Gator.
Hey, watch it.
Like, deep grip.
Throwing, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Back to throw. Jones. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now they'll run it with Cohen, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Goff now looking to throw. That is caught by Cohen. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
20.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
2nd and 10, Goff again. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Here's Goff. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other bats in the league.
A first down carry for Barkley. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A toss out to Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
On second down now, it's Henry. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Giants on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Protein spill. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Fires the mic. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Mike 5. Mike 5. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now.
Watch the screen. Mike 5, Mike 5, Mike 5.
Now.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Goff. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 16 yards is the pickup there at a 1st down for L.A.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Goff. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there at 22.
And the Rams 1st down.
We go tonight. 20.
Here we go, here we go.
Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Goff. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Like 20.
Check 56.
DC. Topper. We're good.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown.
Let's go.
Tariq Cohen with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On second down, here's Barkley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
218, chop it.
Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in.
I got you.
Hey, Echo.
Jones to throw on third down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And the Giants send out their punter now. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now on second and 16. Goff flushed out right. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
4 down. Hey, seam 6.
Now Goff on first down. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Goff now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it first and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down. Goff. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Goff in the offense with a first and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Goff now to throw. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's second down. Coverage that time by Deontay Thompson.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
On second and 10, Goff. And he comes back with one complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Come on, 180.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
At the 6-yard line.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
We want this. 56. Mike, 56, right there, right there.
Goff. This will be caught at about the 5. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what it... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. This is Cohen on the toss. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Here's Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Out of the gun, Goff. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go again now on this drive after what happened on the